Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick and we're on the Atari 2600, and I think we're probably going to be looking at the most basic pinball game I've ever looked at, and probably the earliest digitally. This is Video Pinball, Atari 2600, published in 1980. The Atari system came out in 1977, so the earliest system I've reviewed, and this game of course is 3 years later. Flippers move independently of each other. We've got that plunger there as well. It's a very square blue ball, which is bouncing a bit like that thing in Pong. Not too much to aim for here, so it is very basic. A wide body table, no video display or missions or modes. I think we just hit a gate there and we lost the ball down the middle. 3 sort of like drop targets at the top, if you want to call them that. So it's certainly of an age. It's possible to nudge the table as well by doing a fire button or space as I'm doing here, and then right or left. Limited colour, about 3 or 4 colours there. It's okay, this one, of an age. You would have enjoyed it as a kid if you didn't know any better, but it's a square ball. I am actually enjoying it for some odd reason, I don't know why, but anyway. The ball physics go a bit mad every now and again. Yeah, it looks like it's easy to get the ball stuck sometimes as well, but we'll soon find out. So I think you'd only play this game... Wowzers, what's going on now? A big tennis game's gone on. I think you'd only play this game for nostalgia purposes. 1980. Did you have this one back in the day? Let me know. Always like hearing from you. Right, come on now. This is very weird. So you can see there's sort of like different gates with numbers on it. By getting the ball up there, we increase multiplier points. Whoops, there's the Atari symbol twice. No multi-ball that I'm aware of here. It's the only pinball game I know that's got a square ball. If you know any others on this system, let me know. The back catalogue of games on the Atari 2600 is not that huge. I think there's less than 500. Let me know if that's inaccurate, but I think it's about that sort of level. Other systems I've reviewed before, 8-bit systems, should we say, because this is 8-bit as well, tended to be a lot more. So it's always cartridge based rather than tape based, the Atari 2600. Yes, and there's not too much more I can say about this. So we'll just see how far we can get, but at the time of recording it's Pinball Thursday. I think the ball's got stuck on that spinner. If you can, is that a spin? I suppose it is. We might have to nudge the table here somehow. There's a drain on the left hand side. I think if you get that a certain number of times, you will get an extra ball. So the numbers are on 2. There's like a gate down the middle that occasionally turns up, and you hit those orange diamonds up the top there. So we're getting the points, but the ball's stuck. We've probably got enough time to go on a 2-week holiday. Is that going to free itself? There we go. So I've nudged the table, which I did because I'm using keys on this. It is spacebar and then the left arrow. Right, I presume if we get another Atari symbol, something cool is going to happen. Need to get that in that gate on the right there. It looks like it's quite easy to lose the ball quickly, but it's a massive table for the ball size. The table always stays the same colour. It never ever changes. As a kid, I would have liked it when you get to a certain point to change colours. That would have been rather cool, but it doesn't. So people that played this would have played Pong, and I suppose after Pong this would be seen quite advanced. Now it hasn't aged particularly well, but I am enjoying it for amusement purposes, I suppose, rather than anything else. No real reason to load this up nowadays, as I say, unless you owned it back in the day. And then it's going to bring back great memories, because it is rather ridiculous. Excellent. That's why I love retro. That's why I love retro. There's always something silly thereabouts. And you must admit, for the time, this would have been quite special, I guess. The way the ball's going all around the place. Pinball in your living room. And that flashing effect's quite good when it goes past the lower gate. Yes. Did this game used to frustrate you back in the day if you owned it? I mean, I was a bit too late on the scene to get really involved in Atari 2600. I was a ZX Spectrum boy, as watchers of the channel will know. But I am enjoying going back to this. It was suggested I did have a look at this, and here we go. Haven't looked at too many so far, just Enduro and this one. But I'm quite keen to look at other games on the system, and Frogger's one. We might have a look at that today, in fact, actually, if we get a bit of time. Excellent stuff, and we'll start a playlist as well. So if you're into the Atari 2600, keep an eye on that. There will be videos going up each week for a bit. Right, okay. Just looking at the time how long I've been playing this. Go seems to be quite quick. There's not too much you can say about this in terms of commentary purposes. So just to summarise, you've got a square ball, you've got interesting ball physics, a bit like that Pong game. Only about 4 colours on the screen. There is an extra ball facility if you do certain things. It's all about getting those gates and multipliers and the 3 of the Atari symbols. A couple of spinners there the ball can get stuck on. And that's about it really. Nudge feature as well, which is interesting. Boop. And limited sound, but I'm liking the sounds that this Atari is coming up with. Right, okay. Now, is there anything I'm not doing? If you was expert at this back in the day, how high did you get these numbers? I mean, I've got it to 2. How high did you get it to? Once you get used to the nudge, I suppose, you'll be on here all day. Man, what a fault. It was different back then. 1980. That's a long, long time ago now. Words, time moves forward. And it's good to look at these from a historic point of view, because the most advanced pinball tables you ever see digitally arguably could not exist if we didn't have these first of all. So it's all about evolution, and that's why retro gaming, no matter what the system, will always hold a dear part to me, and probably to you too. The systems you're growing up with, and also it gives you a link to the past. Right. You either choose one flipper or another. You can't do both at the same time, which is a little bit of a shame. But I do remember there was some other early pinball games that are a little bit like that as well, so I won't mark it down there. It's of an era, isn't it, this one? Oops, ball's gone there. It's of an era. It tells you how many balls you got. That was ball 3 there at the top, as you saw. Yeah, we'll have one last go on this, and then we'll call it a day. There'll be today. There will be another pinball table going up. From Season 7, the Pinball Arcade, so a bit of a comparison here, each end of the spectrum in terms of eras. But Pinball Arcade do focus on recreations of older tables, can't quite remember what one that is. Yeah, I think it's Pistol Poker actually, it's like a western one. No real theme here to talk of, apart from retro Atari, but they wouldn't have thought it was Atari back in the day. They would have thought this is a bit of a marvel. Oh, I thought it was going to go down that drain bit then. Don't get stuck on the spinner. Yeah. Sometimes the ball will bounce around for hours. It's got its own energy source, it seems. So if you're into square ball retro from 1980, which I'm sure you are, then this is the one to have a look at. It's Video Pinball. Ball 2. Also, I was trying to get it stuck on the top there. Now, I don't think it'd be possible looking at this to get the ball to stop dead. I don't think you could hold it on the flipper. I don't think it would allow you. Look at the speed that thing's delivering. It's very quick, so it's not slow. I think it's the speed that really makes this one. If it was really slow, I think that would be it. Can I hold that? No, look, it's never going to stop, look. Anyway, it keeps you on your toes. Bring the action, as will.i.am once said. Did he say? Yeah, he did say it there. He said a lot of stuff, but I'm not sure if he owned this game. Poof. Last ball, folks. Let's make the most of this. I've got a long way to make the score go right round. We've got 2,700 and something. Hit the flippers for all you're worth. Would have been nice if the ball was white. That would have distinguished it a bit more from the scenery. I'm sure they could have done that. But just a very, very, very minor gripe. Basic pinball, and they don't get too much more basic than this, but for what it offers, it works. Oh, and the ball goes down the middle there. Ugh. Well, I think we've probably seen all the gameplay there. Hope you liked having a look at that one for historic purposes, whether you was an Atari 2600 owner or it's the first time you're seeing it. That was Video Pinball on that system, published by Atari in 1980. Thanks for watching this one as always. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games on the Atari or anything retro, then please put that below. A big thank you to everyone that's subscribed so far. That's a really big help. And if you like what you're seeing, please consider subscribing. That would be fantastic. If you want to help the channel a bit more, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Every bit really does help. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.